So, you want to get out of debt for good, right? Well, you've probably heard about two heavyweight champs in the debt payoff world, the Snowball and the Avalanche. But which one is actually the best? In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how they work, the good and the bad, and help you figure out which strategy is the right one for you. All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about just how big this debt problem really is. Then, we'll dive deep into the Snowball method and the Avalanche method. After that, we'll put them head to head, and finally, help you choose the strategy that you're actually going to stick with. Let's do this. Okay, first things first. Why do we even need a debt strategy? Well, because without a plan, staring down a mountain of debt can feel, well, just totally overwhelming. And to give you some perspective, get ready for this number. In 2023, the average American was carrying over $100,000 in debt. Yeah, that's a mix of everything: credit cards, car loans, student debt, you name it. It's a huge figure, but it means one really important thing. If you're feeling that pressure, you are definitely not alone. And that's the thing to remember. Feeling stressed about money is incredibly common. But here's the good news. Having a clear plan or real strategy is your first step to taking back control. It turns that massive, scary number into a series of smaller, totally achievable wins. So let's jump into our first strategy. This one is called the debt snowball. And its secret weapon isn't about complex math, it's all about psychology. The idea here is actually pretty simple. You list out all of your debts, but you don't worry about the interest rates. Instead, you order them from the smallest amount you owe to the largest. Then, you put all your extra energy, all your extra cash, into demolishing that smallest debt first. So why on earth does this work? It's all about building momentum. Paying off a debt, any debt, feels amazing. It's a victory. And getting that quick win right at the beginning gives you this huge psychological boost to keep going and tackle the bigger debts with way more confidence. Okay, so how do you actually do it? It's just 4 steps. 1, list your debts, smallest to largest. 2, you've got to make minimum payments on everything else. That's key. 3, throw every single extra dollar you can find at that smallest debt. And 4, once it's gone, you take that entire payment amount and you snowball it onto the next smallest. Let's make this real with an example. So look at this. Even though that first credit card has a crazy high 22% interest rate, the snowball method tells you to ignore it for now. Your first target is the smallest balance, that $1,300 credit card. You knock that out fast, you get that win, and then you move on. All right, let's switch gears and look at the other major strategy, the debt avalanche. Now, if the snowball is all about feelings and motivation, the avalanche is all about pure, cold, hard math. With the avalanche, we're flipping the script entirely. Here, you list your debts from the highest interest rate or APR down to the lowest. The size of the debt doesn't matter at all. Your only goal is to hunt down and destroy the most expensive debt first. And this is its superpower. It saves you the most money, period. By attacking the highest interest rates first, you're preventing that debt from growing so fast. That mathematical efficiency means you will pay less in total interest, and it's technically the fastest way to become debt-free. And you'll notice the steps look super familiar, just with one key difference. You list by highest interest rate, you make all your minimum payments, you throw all your extra cash at that highest APR debt till it's gone, then you roll that full payment over to the debt with the next highest interest rate. So let's look at that same exact example again. With the avalanche approach, your first target is completely different. You go straight for the jugular, that $4,200 credit card with its massive 22.24% APR. Now, it might take you longer to pay this one off, but all the while, you're saving money because that high-interest beast isn't growing as fast. Okay, so we've got 2 really powerful strategies. One is all about those quick wins that keep you fired up, and the other is laser-focused on saving you the most money. Let's put them side by side and see how they really stack up. And this is the million-dollar question, right? Which one is actually better? Do you go with the psychological boost from the quick wins or the pure mathematical efficiency that saves you cash? The thing is, the best answer isn't the same for everyone. It's deeply personal. So here's the fundamental trade-off. The debt snowball gives you those quick, motivating victories, but it might end up costing you more in interest over time. The debt avalanche saves you the most money, for sure, but that first win could take a lot longer to achieve, and that can be really discouraging for some people. And when you run the numbers on our example, the difference is pretty clear. The avalanche saves an extra $153 and gets you out of debt 1 month faster. Now, for some people, that's a no-brainer. They'll take the savings. But for others, that small financial edge might not be worth giving up the motivational power of the snowball. All right, this brings us to the most important part of this whole conversation. Because the best method isn't the one that looks smartest on a spreadsheet. It's the one that you will actually stick with, day in and day out. This quote right here really nails it. Consistency is everything. It does not matter which strategy you pick if you give up halfway through. The best plan is the one that keeps you in the game long enough to actually cross the finish line. So, no matter which path you choose, there are 3 keys to making it work. First, be brutally honest with yourself. Do you need those quick wins to stay pumped up? Or are you the kind of person who's motivated by pure efficiency? Second, just pick one and commit. And third, and this is a big one, you have to stop taking on more debt. It's really hard to drain a bathtub when the faucet is still running. And really, that's what it all comes down to. We've looked at the strategies, the math, the psychology. The choice is yours. The numbers don't lie, but only you know what's going to keep you fighting for the long haul. So the real question is, what truly drives you? The quick wins of the Snowball or the financial efficiency of the Avalanche?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click on the bell icon to turn on notifications.